Welcome to episode 2 of Assembled. My name is Jacob.
My name is Exa, and today we're going to be talking about the Hulk, Thor, and the Avengers, which is a pretty good lineup besides the Hulk. So starting off, I
have some thoughts on the Hulk.
What?
I have some thoughts on the Hulk. Yeah.
I've for sure seen it, but I don't remember it.
No,
So, it doesn't
stress
matter.
about it. It's such a bad film.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's so bad. It's not even our Bruce Banner. It's not him.
It's another actor.
It's a completely different actor.
With a different, not even on Disney Plus.
What?
It's not even on Disney Plus.
Because it's not a real Marvel movie.
It's like Universal.
Like I've said, Phil Dunphy's in that, and that just gives
Phil Dunphy
5 extra bonus points.
For real.
For Phil Dunphy.
And Modern Family.
I love Modern Family. I watched 5 episodes last night. Anyway.
No, I got into a whole thing where I was just binging the Modern Family. And it's so bad. I literally am in love with that show.
Every night I get my crochet stuff out and I watch it, and I was like, I need to go to bed. I'm like, you can go to sleep. I'm not going to sleep. And I just watch Modern Family. But anyway, back to the Hulk. We see that Bruce Banner, they're trying to make in this telling, they're trying to make a super soldier. But it doesn't work.
Gamma stuff.
Oh yeah, with the gamma radiation and things like that. And it just turns him into the Hulk.
Nope.
And so when he gets angry,
they had to do the person with the anger issues.
What?
The person who already had anger issues.
Let's get a cool, level-headed, maybe get a monk or something, but another, anger issues. Yes.
Test on an animal first, at least, No. Don't just, go straight into humans and...
I know. I'm not... It's a whole deal.
Not mentally stable humans.
No, that's not a fun thing to do. But we also see the introduction of... it's Natasha.
No,
but it's not... No. Who's that girl?
Oh, but no.
But it's the girl, and we see that somebody can calm him down. And then she,
I think that's, the only
gets
time we
close
saw...
to him and, shoots him with the
only time
stuff.
we saw her.
Yeah, but in this one, he can't calm down. He has to be shot with the anti-serum or whatever. So, it's not real Marvel movie.
No, it was its own spin-off that just...
Yeah.
The only thing that made its way into the MCU was the Hulk. That's it. And it's nothing.
I know. I feel like Bruce Banner should get his own new movie, not that one.
Yeah, they really... I don't know. They dropped the ball there.
Scarlet Witch got his own. Hawkeye has a show. Loki has a show. My man Hulk is
they have the She-Hulk show, but...
I like She-Hulk, but we'll get there.
That show got so much hate.
It does get very much hate. What? And I've only seen 3 episodes because our Disney Plus stopped working. But I liked the 3 episodes I saw. Anyway... I don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
No, for this movie,
I guess it's not horrible.
The only good thing about it is that it kind of did it. It wasn't like they totally just threw the Hulk in the MCU.
There is a movie.
They had Iron Man in the film.
You're right. I forgot about that.
He was in the film, kind of bringing.
Oh, okay. So
Bruce
at the
Banner
end of this movie, we see the dude kind of go into seclusion, and make sure he can stay calm, and that comes into play in the Avengers when they start collecting them. Mm-hmm. We see Natasha go and get Bruce from his where he's hanging out.
His little hiding spot.
Yeah, and so that is a setup for the Avengers. It's weird to me that they included that one when it's a completely different everything.
Yeah, I like how they kind of just Natasha and the Avengers was you are an Avenger now, whether you like it or not.
You don't have a choice. It's so random. With Iron Man and Captain America, they asked them. They're like, hey, do you want to be a part of what we have going on?
Yeah, but
and then with Bruce, they're like, you're coming with us. You don't have a choice, which I'm like, why would you, make the dude mad who can turn into a green monster? But...
she was being nice about it, but I feel overall in that scene, she was just you're coming with us.
Yeah, which Natasha was probably the best one for the job because she becomes his support person. I think they get involved a little bit.
I don't want to talk about that.
I support it, but
we'll talk about it when we get to it. I don't want to talk about it personally.
Okay.
I don't
really
like it. It's weird, unnecessary.
It's not. It's
bad. It's bad. I don't. No.
I like that storyline.
Nope.
But we're gonna get to the Avengers later.
Film number 2.
Moving on.
Thor.
Listen,
this is a good film.
Enjoyed this movie.
It's especially compared to the Hulk.
Moving on to this much better movie. We see that like the rivalry between Loki and Thor, and like Loki's like, "Wait, I'm adopted," and he like flips out.
Loki's reasonings for what he did are valid. But
you don't find out you're adopted and become a murderer.
No, but listen. Loki's not my favorite character, but he's a grown man who just randomly found out he's adopted.
And he's trying to be king, but he can't because he's adopted.
I mean, you can't just tell the god of mischief he's adopted at that age and expect him to be calm about it.
Maybe, like, if they were, like, started when they were younger and was like, hey, you were in a bad situation, we kind of, like, took you in.
Odin went the wrong way with that.
Yeah, and then you have Thor who's, like, I don't know, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to get in trouble. He's a mean person.
Yeah, he's not the
he's not best. Even mean. He's just like arrogant and like he's not responsible. And so then when the frost giants attack their castle, Odin's like, don't fight them. You're being stupid. You're not powerful enough. And then they go and fight him, and then they send him to Earth.
Because he's not worthy.
Yeah, and he sends him the hammer, but he's like, guess what? You can't have the hammer. And so then he's on Earth and he meets Jane, who's his love interest, and what's the assistant's name? Jane's assistant. I don't know, but she's in Two Broke Girls, and she's in WandaVision, and I like her a lot. I think she's a good character. But we meet also her dad is in
Darcy,
yes. Oh my goodness, my girl Darcy. I really like her.
No, I like her a lot. She's a nerd. But
yes, she's a nerd.
Annoying either.
I know, she's just good. And then Jane's dad is a part of Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron, because, like, Hawkeye, like, no, yeah, well, Hawkeye, like...
In the Avengers film, I know he gets, like, Loki'd in.
Oh, yeah? Yep. That's it. It's the scepter. He, like, taps him with the scepter. Yep. And then okay, that's the next movie we're discussing. We don't need to go there yet.
Not yet.
But Thor, he's, like, kind of living on Earth. He falls in love with Jane, obviously. Yep. What's gonna happen, like...
And he, like, kills the... What's it called? This being thing.
Oh, yeah, the one that Loki sends after him.
Yep.
What is it? I forgot what it's called, but it's like a big old metal dude.
Yep.
And we see,
he has, like, a laser eye.
They surround the hammer. What's his name? Not Phil. What's the agent's name from S.H.I.E.L.D.? Larson?
It's Phil Coulson.
Phil Coulson! I was so close. Phil Coulson, and they, like, surround it, and they're trying to, like, figure out what it is. Obviously, they don't, and at the end, he, like, puts his hand up, and, like, it, like, flies at him. So that's a good ending, I think.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, Loki died for the first time.
Oh, my goodness, I forgot about that, because they go back. I'm trying to remember, and then... No, I'm thinking about Thor 2 now. My brain is thinking.
They, like, literally, they did Loki dirty to MCU.
I feel like he is a villain. He is a villain, but they also very much villainized him when he's just, like, trying to be king, like, resume his place at the throne, and they're, like,
you kind of, like, proved them evil. Wrong, and Marvel, like, proved himself wrong with Loki, I feel like, you know? Like, he was a villain, but then all of a sudden he was dying to save his brother and to save the universe.
Which is a very selfless thing of him. Let's see.
And then in Loki, he, like, was not an evil person.
No, I wouldn't say he's... No, I would say he's evil. He's the god of mischief.
At first.
I would say some of his actions are justified. Yes. But he is a villain. I will give him even an anti-hero.
His story arc is very...
I do enjoy his story arc. I need to rewatch Loki to finish that. Like, I watched it, but I need to watch it through again and, like, really solidify that. I just think Tom Hiddleston is hot, so I just really can't think anything bad about him because he's just perfect. I don't know where they found it, like, where they found perfect matches for every single character.
No, like, perfect match.
Like, I don't know how they did
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, my God. Nobody else could do that. Nope. Nobody else... I mean,
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr., I'm going to say this, is Tony Stark. Like, in my brain, like, they are not separate people in my brain. He is, I would see him and I'd be like...
Chris Evans.
I love Chris Evans. He's really good.
Tom Holland. I mean, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, I can't wait to get to the Guardians of the Galaxy movies because I really enjoy him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking and it in the post-credit scene.
Loki's like not dead.
They take the dad.
Yeah, but he like kind of sets up the Avengers.
Yeah, they take the dad and they're like, "Hey, look at this cube thing," and Loki gets the dude to agree to look into it because he wants his scepter, right?
No, he like mind controls him.
Yes, you're right.
He would never agree to that. He mind controls him.
I know, but that leads us into
the Avengers.
The Avengers, which is a foundation piece in the Marvel.
It's like
universe.
one of the biggest films with some of the most iconic scenes, iconic music, iconic.
It's
everything.
It's so good. Like they get him to study that like cube looking thing, and then Loki's like controlling all of them. Wait, no.
Yes.
I'm getting confused with the different movies. This is Avengers Age of Ultron, right?
We're on the Avengers right now.
Not Avengers Age of Ultron.
In the Avengers.
You have to stop me from tripping now.
In the Avengers. Let me tell you. In the Avengers.
Okay, tell me.
Loki, he goes back to Earth. He mind controls Hawkeye.
You're right. Okay.
He mind controls the scientific dude we just talked about.
Yes.
And he like gets them to make this portal
to the alien
Earth.
people.
Yep,
Oh my
Thanos'
goodness.
people.
Thanos' people, and they open it, and then they're fighting.
Mm-hmm. And that's why the Avengers
scene. Okay, because
I
I was already jumping ahead to
because he
Ultron.
hijacked Shield essentially. He
Okay.
took people that work for Shield, and that's why the Avengers kind of started up because it started up from Shield. And Shield was like, "We have a problem here.
We gotta fix this."
And in Captain Marvel, remember how Nick Fury was like starting up his Avengers program? He kind of re-picked that up.
Yeah, he really started that again. He got Iron Man. Natasha.
One of the good things about Captain Marvel.
What?
One of the good things about Captain Marvel.
Okay, I will give them that. Nick Fury is good in any movie he's in.
Any movie.
Including Captain Marvel, even though I do not particularly enjoy that movie.
We already talked about Captain Marvel.
We already talked about it, but I will talk about it again because I have a great dislike for that movie. But The Avengers is just... It's everything you need a hero movie to be. Like, you have the different complex characters.
Like, they're all, like... I feel like they're all very... Not all of them, but a lot of them are kind of arrogant and very, like, I want to do it myself.
But then they kind of are forced to work together.
Like, they can't stop looking at themselves.
And Thor only helps because it's Loki's involved, right? But then he kind of gets, like drawn into the Avengers. Yeah. Which it has my favorite scene that I think I've talked about with you before, where, like, they're fighting, and then Thor's like, Iron Man's like, does Mother know with you? Where with her drapes? Because of his cape. And I just think it's so funny. And that is my, like, favorite line in the entire MCU. It's like, does Mother know with you? Where with the drapes? Just because it's such an Iron Man, you know.
It's very Iron Man. Very
out
of pocket.
Him. Yeah, very out of pocket, very like snarky. But Iron Man and Thor have that whole fight in the woods.
I was about to get into
about to kill each other.
Captain America.
Yes, and he's like, "Please calm down."
Isn't it? I'm trying to think. It was like Thor's hammer, like on Captain America's shield, caused like a blast.
And then also like
can't break the vibranium.
Iron Man like charges up because it's electricity, and so he like hits him, and all of a sudden Iron Man's like going supercharge, whatever.
I don't know. They're too powerful to fight.
It was such an epic fight.
They're too powerful to fight each other.
Yeah, and not in the forest. You're gonna start a fire, okay?
And it was Loki there,
who's just like, okay. Which it's just such a good fight scene, and then you see them reunite in the end.
And there's that iconic scene with the circle.
Yes, and like the pan around, like, and you can show that to anybody, and they'd be like, "Oh,
with
Avengers."
The Avengers theme playing.
I love the Avengers theme. Like, at the beginning of every movie, like, if I'm in a movie theater, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, this is gonna be good. Like, even if I don't like the film personally, it's a good movie. Like,
exactly.
Captain Marvel, I don't like it. By itself, it's still a good movie.
Yeah, honestly, it's a character. I don't like Captain Marvel as a character.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
That is extremely valid of you.
He can't be arrogant. She can't.
No.
She can't pull it off.
She is just so arrogant, and she just, like, comes in and is like, oh, I'm gonna...
And then all of a sudden...
The movie would be fine if I didn't have the rest of the Marvel already from, like, when I was 6 years old. And all of a sudden this woman comes in and saves everything? Yep. No.
In Endgame, she's just like, oh, I'm here. Let's kill Thanos.
And you're like, oh, we've been fighting tooth and nail against the space aliens.
And she was like, I wish there were other problems. Thanos is more...
He's going to wipe off half the universe, and you're worried about one planet. Like,
yep.
I'm sorry, we gotta get some pride. Why are we talking about this movie again?
We'll get to that.
We gotta get
to the game.
Anyway, The Avengers is just. I would watch that movie anytime, any place.
Anytime, anywhere.
Call me up. I'll be there. You know.
I don't know. That was a perfect movie.
It really is just Marvel at its finest.
There's not a lot of movies I'll say like are genuinely like a really good like perfect 10 out of 10 movie. But that's one of them.
That is perfect because like this is like they tell us the ending of this, like how this like ends up before they tell us, like we find out about Scarlett Johansson. That movie came out like I want to say like almost 6 years after Avengers came out.
Yeah.
Maybe longer than that, but it's just I like that they set that up first before they
and then Loki died
talk
again.
their individual stuff. And then Loki, he just does that sometimes.
He just dies.
Yeah, and they like get him in the penthouse, and Hulk like beats him up good.
Oh no, he didn't die this one. He
No,
got locked up this one.
Yeah, so he gets beat up, and then Thor takes him back.
I got ahead of myself. He didn't
We're all
die
ahead
this
of our
movie.
house. But yeah, this is a really solid movie, and I can't.
And then introduce Thanos.
In the end, we see that man is ugly. He looks like a felt pumpkin.
The CGI in that one was bad.
I don't like Thor, but I don't like Thanos, but they did that man bad. Okay.
He looks like decent in Infinity War.
You know those like decorative felt pumpkins? Have you ever seen one of those? That's what it reminds me of. I'm like, you couldn't like. I just watched a whole Avengers movie and the CGI was better than whatever this is.
Yeah, they messed him up there.
Yeah. But we'll talk about him in the next movie. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.